What's up, guys? This is Camelback Games. This is a time-lapse video of my first game jam, the Trijam game jam on itch.io. It's a 3-hour game jam. It's pretty simple. The theme was triangles. My initial plan was going to be like a kind of timing jump where your player is just pretty much sliding down a hill and you want to jump at the correct time to where you land on a certain platform. As you're watching the time-lapse video, you'll see that didn't work out in the way that I was hoping it would. Mainly because I couldn't figure out the physics of construct. Like, it was there, but I was having a lot of weird bugs happening between the physics of the player and the physics of the platforms. As you'll see here in a second, one of the first things I found out was having the slip on both of them ended up causing an issue like this. I'm not moving the character in any fashion, but the character, as you see, is almost like a rubber banding left and right, and he is picking up speed. There's a pickup of acceleration, and he just goes further left, further right, and so this is definitely causing me some issues. I googled, and I'm going to mess around with it more, but in a game jam sense, I don't want to just keep going this route and not be able to get my game finished. I had never completed a game jam before, so I was really determined on finishing this game jam in any way, shape, or form, as long as I have a completed game. Start screen, the game, and the end screen. I started making the platforms here to try to figure out the jump thing, and I felt like I was wasting time. So as I tried it a few times with a double jump and pretty much landing on the same platforms, it was going to be too easy of a game. Everybody's going to, like, whatever I decided was the hardest platform was going to be one that I could land on, and in that sense, everybody that played in the game jam would probably land on the same platform. It'd be too easy of a game. Which the game that I ended up completing was still a rather easy game, so it's more of a speed run. It's a trial. Like, you got to go and collect all the things. You'll see it as it comes up, but it's pretty much just try to get the quickest time, even though there's no leaderboard. So my art is something I really need to work on. I have Adobe Illustrator. I mess around with the pixel editor in Construct, but I really need to find out a good workflow method for art. That is probably something on this next game jam I will work on more, is art. So whether it's a fun game or not, I want it to be a pretty game. Which aesthetically, this game did not turn out that bad towards the end. It's definitely cheap looking, but it's not bad. I'm happy with it. I really am happy that I completed the game for the first time. So this is when I start coming up into like this kind of platformer-esque. Like I left the idea of doing a ramp and jumping to a platform, and I started doing this random array of triangles, shapes, and angles, and things like that. And I was like, okay, so this is going to be the thing. I didn't know if I wanted to do an end-goal platform, which I ended up not going that route. So I was just like, I need some sort of objective. Like, yeah, just jump around. And there is a weird physics. Like, if you go to itch.io, I'll have the game in the description. There is a fun, like, way that the physics are working together because it's so buggy in the way that I've done it. So, like, we climb almost a 90-degree vertical wall, which makes the speedrun aspect, like, I think my fastest time so far is 53 seconds. I could probably get faster. That's just going to be one of those things. I'll have to try and see. I'll see how the comments go. If there is any comments, stuff like that, you know, I'm just happy I got the game. So then, this is when I decided I'm just going to put tokens in. I'm going to create a variable. The goal is to get all the tokens. It's only one level. The level that you see here. The goal is going to be, I think there's 20 of them, so I need to put in a token counter, I need to put in a timer, and I did a little animation thing. If you would like me to make tutorials on easy animations in Construct, I totally can, because I made my animation for the coins going up and down in probably 8 seconds. I went to the pixel editor, cropped, moved it down, cropped, move it up, and then you have the token bouncing. It's super easy. Anybody can do it. If you need me to teach you how to do, I can do the token counters, the timers, how to use global variables, object variables, and parallax to make it where you have a pretty decent little HUD. I'm not an artistic person. I am, but I'm not because I'm lazy. So, but I can still teach you how to do HUDs and parallax and, simple little games. So I can start going through, making my start screen here. Start screen is rather easy, but I'm also, one of the things that's making it go so long is I wanted to work on mobile, which is something that I overcomplicated in the beginning, but now it works just fine on mobile. So I made these screens, I've put in the mouse and touch. Construct is really good if you want to take games over the mobile. They're making it go from keyboard to the touch is super easy with the simulate control of the platformer. You'll see here in a second I make some buttons on the screen, and with the touch all you have to do is touch on object in the event sheet, and that worked wonderfully. Like, see, yeah, this is my jump button. These are my terribly crafted left and right arrows, but like, yeah, I had a lot more time than I thought I did. I was looking at my stream timer, even though like the breaks I cut out of here, but I took a few breaks within that 3-hour period. I thought I was around 2.5, but after watching the video, I was really only working on the game. So towards the 3-hour game count, I was only working on the game for an hour and a half. I definitely could have spent a little more time on like the buttons, and I think I would have let the triangles like that. The theme's triangles, so I had to hit that theme. I didn't know where else to go with triangles besides the shape itself, so I definitely got triangles taken care of. Easy peasy. I should have made the left and right arrow triangles now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know why I did do that, but boom. That was the first little run there. I think I'm going to publish it now. Well, I don't think I published it on screen actually. Okay, yeah, that's when I did the HTML ad, Google Play ad, adding those functions to the game itself so that it makes it easier later when I want to put it on something. Added sound to it. I didn't know that little piece is in there. I'm not gonna cut that away. I've never really messed with Premiere Pro, and it's crashed on me like 4 or 5 times trying to make this video. I don't know why it's crashing, but it keeps crashing. And I have a pretty good computer, so I don't know. I don't think my computer is what's causing it to crash. Maybe. I don't know. If anybody has any advice on Premiere, let me know. So, going through here, I was adding particles because I didn't like just the triangle moving around. So I added the particle effects to give it just, that little bit more aesthetic appeal. And I love it. I love the way the particles turned out. And there's the game.
Such a cheap. Ooh, that's rough.
And my timer was.
Your
on.
time was. Oh my God! Why?
So, this is why
is the time not
I was talking
working?
about variables earlier. When you go from a layout to a layout, your object variables do not carry over. So, if you're doing multiple levels, or say like just an end screen, and you want the end screen to show the stats of what happened in the game event or the game layout, then you need to make sure those variables are global. That way you can call on them at any point in time and they hold each other. Now, an issue that we have right now with it is how it says the leaderboard. If you don't refresh the page right now, if you hit retry and it goes back to the game, the global variable doesn't reset, so your timer just keeps going. And it's not that big of a deal. The game's done. The game's in. It's submitted. It's my first ever game. I'm super happy with it. Even though it's probably one of the lamer games I've came up with, I have other games. I'll probably make videos on those at some point. But I was happy. I was so happy.
Oh no! I didn't put a thumbnail. Fuck!
Yeah, it's good stuff. I will definitely be doing these. I'll probably do a game jam every week, so I can just get better and better and better. The game jam that I'm going to do this week, though, is the 8 Bits to Infinity. Mundane is the theme of that one. I'm going to try to come up with something pretty cool, but mundane at the same time. That was the whole point of it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to try and do a game dev vlog every week. Thank you, guys.